So, before I started gaming Maine Coons, I did Glowbug Facepainting, which still has a YouTube channel up. But like with my first video that's still up on Glowbug, I'm going to talk about a few things that are that you need to have before you go and have start up the business. Number one, public liability insurance is a must. You need to have a minimum of 5 million public liability insurance, a minimum. The reason that is because with anything, there's a risk for things. No matter how safe something says it is, there is always a risk that somebody could still have a reaction. It's just the way that it is. And because you're working with children most of the time, there's around the eye area and things like that. You need to have it just to cover your own backs and everything like that. This is Salon Gold, which are very good. Go away. But it depends on what you have. This only has 3 million public liability. But I would recommend going for the 5 million. Blackfriers are the ones that I was with rather recently, and they do a minimum of 5 million right there. So yeah, I would go and highly recommend doing that, to be perfectly honest. Number two, I'm not sure if it's changed, but in my previous video on Glowbug, you didn't need to have an enhanced DBS check. With everything that has happened and is going on in my life and anything, I would recommend having an enhanced DBS check just to put parents at ease and everything like that. One of the stipulations that used to be the thing was that you didn't need to have a DBS check to be a face painter because you face paint, because you're in a fast-paced business. You are not being left alone with the child. The parent has to be there with the child in the chair. Or somebody who has adult responsibility for the child needs to be there because you are not a babysitting service. And that was the thing. But I would still strongly recommend you get an enhanced DBS check. I've actually got, if you hold on for me 1 second, this is the enhanced DBS check pricing here. This is current as of the 2019, and it's £44. £44 in the long run. It's a necessary thing. I'd still strongly recommend you get it. Then you can be on the update service, which is, as you can see there, £13 a year for the update service. I would recommend highly going for it, just to cover your own backs. Next thing would be to figure out what products you want. There are many different types of products with face painting, many different brands. My favorite brand was, let me see if I can find it for you. Right, this is where I used to get most of my face paints from, Face Paint Direct. Right, now as you can see, they have many different types of face paints. The ones that I usually went for were these ones here, Tag. Because I've looked it up, and Tag is one of the very few face paints that don't have animal products in them and are vegan friendly. And I found that they were the less likely to cause an irritation. even with somebody who had very sensitive skin, they never used to make anybody break out or anything like that. So that's the one that I used to do. And you have all these, you've got the pearls, you've got the regular ones, and you've got the base blenders. You also have other ones, well, they did have other ones where you had like the neon ones, so, but they don't seem to have those up right now. But another one that I used to use was Diamond FX. I can't remember if that one, yes, that was Diamond FX and Crinoline were three of the ones that didn't have animal products in them, and they were the ones that I used. Diamond FX I used mainly for liner, because the black was brilliant, and same with the white. But they also had some really cool cakes and everything. Crinoline I got again mainly for the split cakes, because some of them were absolutely gorgeous. And you can also get brushes from here as well. So yeah, so there's that. So those are the three ones that I would mainly use when I did my face painting. But again, do your research, have a check, and see what you feel like getting. As for anything like glitters, glitter gels, and anything like that, the glitter gels do have aloe vera in them. So like with myself, I recently found out that I was allergic to aloe vera, so be careful with those. Always go for cosmetic grade glitter, never craft glitter. You can use cosmetic glitter in craft, but you can't use craft glitter in cosmetics because of the way that they're made. Cosmetic glitters are more expensive because they go through rigorous testings, where they get checked to make sure that they don't cause as minimal amount of damage as possible. Whereas craft glitter, it's still checked and everything like that, but it's not checked to make sure that it's safe for skin. So always go for craft glitter for crafting, and then cosmetic glitters for things like face and everything like that. And then you have the choice of brushes. You've got the 1-inch flat, 1/2-inch flat, 1/4-inch flat, which are good for doing things like leaves and butterfly faces and roses, to do quick backgrounds and things. Another round brushes are good for teardrops. You can get petal brushes as well that can do some really cool petal designs. What else? You can get some slanted brushes, which is like the flat brushes, but they're asymmetrical. Instead of going like that, they go like that, and they are also good for petals and butterfly wings and things like that. I find it easier to use the flat brushes, but I suppose the other ones are also just as easy because you don't have to bend your hand like that. You can sort of hold it like a normal pencil because of the way that they're slanted. But yeah, stencils, BAM stencils, badass mini stencils, for long, or BAM, which is an abbreviation of it. They're good. I think I still have them in somewhere. Another thing for quick backgrounds would be sponges. I used to cut my round sponges in half because you could get a quick coverage of, excuse me, I didn't mean to do that, quick coverage of a background for a butterfly or a crown, and then use the liner brushes to add detail. You need, I always had two, what are they called? 2 containers for cleaning my brushes in between doing faces. I would highly recommend doing that. There's you can get some that have like a gradation of sections in it where you can rub the brush up and down and it cleans the brush. And I would generally have my brush cleaner in that, and then I'd have like regular water to rinse it off. Sponges, use a different sponge for each person, and you can actually have like a sponge bin where you put the sponges that you've already used for people in the sponge bin. And the great thing is about the sponges is you can actually put them in one of the mesh bags that you can get in some shops and throw them in the washing machine, and you get them all nice and clean. Health and safety is another thing that would go under the health and safety bubble. Research on skin conditions, because certain skin conditions can be aggravated by face paint. Eczema, psoriasis, and things like that. So having a background in makeup where you know what to look for would be good. Just so you know how to prevent things that can be preventative, is to know what skin conditions to look out for so that you don't cross-contaminate by accident. Which is why I say use sponges singularly for each individual person, and then wash them on a clinical wash that will kill everything. Brush cleaners, same thing. Clean the brushes, and then in between, this is why you should have multiple brushes, so several of the same type. But like I said, I don't think I've forgotten anything that from my first video that I did on Glowbug, but hopefully this will clarify things a bit more, and hopefully, along with doing some more videos about my girl who's asleep over there, my gorgeous Maine Coon, and any future Maine Coons that I may have, or any kittens that she may have, I'll put them up, and any games that I can possibly try and play. But hopefully this will help things, and if people have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to message me below. I'll try and answer them. Or if anybody's seen anything that I've done in the past and they want me to do a video on it, let me know. I'll try and put up videos of things that I've done myself. But my things are really, they're supposed to be effective but really quick, so things that you can do really quick, that don't take long. A lot my designs are basically more or less for beginners sort of thing, where you can do something and then as you grow into your own thing, you can embellish on it in the way that you feel that you want to. You can take it and change it completely and everything like that. So yeah, so I hope this helps. Do feel free to check out the Glowbug one if you want to, or you can resubscribe onto this channel, which would be great. And hopefully it'll help, because with COVID, with us sort of coming out of the COVID thing now, people are going to start wanting to do that, and with spring and summer coming up, people are going to start wanting to do things like that again. So hopefully this will help, and hopefully we'll get some things sorted. And yeah, so hope this helps, and I will chat to you guys again. Bye. Bye bye.